Hi Virgo, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Virgo is your love reading for the month of March. I'm going to draw 6 cards, each relating to a specific element or energy for the month of March for you. It's based on the Tree of Life. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more shuffling on camera and then we'll get started. That just fell out. Let's see if it comes out in the reading. Put it back in. Okay, my darlings. Okay, so let us start. So this first card here, excuse me, if you're new to my channel, I read intuitively, so all cards have to be face down. These are your clarifying cards, as is this, and I'll know when to use them in the reading. Okay, so this card here looks at your overall energy or focus for the month of March, and that is the Tower. Okay, so this change gonna come. I mean, a sudden change is gonna come when it comes to romance for you. This is the card to clarify, so we'll look at that in a second. I mean, I always say about the Tower card that you know the universe is paying attention to your life when this energy hits, because this means that you're in a situation that potentially is, well, that isn't serving you, or that isn't secure. It isn't where you should be, it isn't where you need to be, and you're ready to move on. Now, that does not mean, let me just say, that does not mean, when I say situation, that doesn't mean for example, you're married and you shouldn't be married. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that, like, there's something that needs to change. That's what it means. So whether it's in your relationship, something needs to change in your relationship, then this is the Tower energy. So this might be that you always do the washing up and your partner never does the washing up, and then suddenly something happens which means that your partner has to do the washing up. And it could be anything. It could be that you have an argument and you say, I'm bloody sick of doing washing up because of you. Or it could be that you I don't know, get a tattoo on your hand, for example. I don't know. Whatever makes someone not do the washing up. I mean, what an example. But you get my drift. It could be something like that. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to break up or we're going to get divorced. It doesn't mean that. Could be a pregnancy, for example. That would be a change in a relationship. Could be, suddenly wanting to move in together, for example. If you've been single for a long time, it could be meeting somebody, falling in love. So it could be anything, but it's something that's happened, that's going to happen, that's going to change your romantic situation. And I suppose if it's not, it may not just be romantic. So you apply it to your life. It could be a relationship in your life that needs to change. Maybe the relationship with your mum or your dad or your brother or your sister or whatever. Okay, but there's a change coming. So let's have a look what that change could be. So one that you're fearful of. So this could be new parents, or moving in together, or going out, or starting to date again after you've not dated for many years, or deciding to end a relationship if that is what you want, or I don't know, anything. So anything, you know your life. This is a sudden change in the situation that you currently find yourself in, the romantic situation that you currently find yourself in. This is a sudden change, and it's one that you're fearful of. So as I said, this could literally be you've been single for ages and you meet somebody new and you've freaked out and you're scared because, the last relationship, the reason you've been single for so long is because the last time you were in a relationship ended very badly, you were mistreated, or whatever it is for you in your life. So it's one that you're fearful of, but it'd be interesting to see how the reading sort of develops. So that's the overall energy and experience. Something's going to change for you romantically this month, and it's one that brings about fear. And that could be, as I said, it could be a lovely thing. It could be becoming pregnant, or, you know, becoming a father for the first time, or, you know, moving in together, getting engaged. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be I'm dumping, I'm leaving, I'm getting a divorce. Doesn't have to be that. But we'll have a look as the energy goes on. So what this will tell us, actually, this will give us more. What or who you could encounter or experience in the month of March. Clarifier. Oh my God, this is the second time this has come out. This came out in this position for Taurus, actually. So that's interesting, isn't it? So number 2, so you weren't watching that video, so I'll tell you what I said to them. Number 2s are about commitments and partnerships and keeping the peace as well. You know, we'd be diplomatic, for example, with a number 2. And, you know, it's a strong number, actually, is number 2. It's you and me, or it's you and them, or whatever. So it's a strong number. And this is the Pentacle energy is about where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest stability. So, you know, into our relationships, into our homes, into our children, into our work, etc. This is having priorities, two priorities. So, for example, it might be work is very, very important to me, but I need to spend time with so is my partner or my family or my children. You know, I'm trying to do both, and it's quite difficult to juggle everything. I value my independence and living by myself, but I do also think it's important to put energy and effort into looking for a relationship or making commitments or whatever it is for you. So there's these things that are equally important to you. It's important to you to stay independent, but you don't want to be. That means you don't want to be on your own forever, for example. You know, so it's like trying to work something out. And I've done this, and I'm thinking maybe this is linked to that card as well. This is linked to this card. So we've got the High Priestess. So we've got another number 2 here. This might come back into play, but we'll see. We've got another number 2 here. We've got the High Priestess. This is about, just like I just did, using your intuition. This is about listening to yourself. This is about listening to your inner wisdom. This is about listening to your inspiration. This is about listening to the pulls and the urges, you know, beyond the practical. So, for example, you know, it's really, really important that, you know, I love my children and my family, for example, or my boyfriend or my girlfriend, for example, but my work is very, very important to me. So I'm putting all this energy and effort into work, and obviously I'm trying to put as much effort into this, but it's not working. Well, yeah, we know that money's important, blah, 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 but, you know, it's not, you've got to listen to your soul. If your soul's telling you, like, you know, I'm devoting too much time to the wrong thing, if you put in too much trust, for example, in your friends or your family to give you advice, you need to, as opposed to on your relationship or on your relationship status, then it's up to you to listen to what it is you want. You know, people might be saying, oh, you know, you should leave him, or oh, you should get out dating, or oh, you should whatever. Oh, she's no good for you, he's no good for you. People might be saying whatever, but you've got to listen to your intuition and don't try to avoid it. I think sometimes we can be busy trying to avoid ourselves. We can be busy trying to avoid you know, what it is we need to face up to, and this is that type of energy, really. It's like you're trying to be busy, you're trying to not face up to something that you know you want to commit to differently, you know, a different type of commitment that you want in your relationship, and you're trying not to face up to it by juggling, but you know that that's what you're doing. You know that you're doing that. You know that you're avoiding making a decision. Or this is when people say, oh, addictive personalities. Listen, I ain't no psychologist, but addictive personalities do not exist. I'm going to say that again. Addictive personalities don't exist. Addictive personalities are addictive people are people who do stuff so that they can avoid doing other things. So that they can avoid looking at really how they feel. So that they can avoid the fear that they feel or the trauma that they experience. That's what addictive personality is. And you can overcome it. And as I said, I only ever talk about stuff I know about through my experience, key wisdom. Yeah? So, no, there's no such thing as addictive personality. So this is you potentially, you know, avoiding working towards so you can avoid that conversation or whatever, okay? So this is what's next. This is your perspective or your past. So this is where you're coming from or where you're going, depending on who you are and your situation. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is looking like a new beginning and a new start. Again, Pentacles energy, it's our energy, earth energy. And this is again saying, I want to put my energy and effort into manifesting something solid, into a new beginning. And that could be into a renewal of a beginning. That could be with your current relationship partner or with a new person. If this is your past, this might mean that you've come out of a relationship, you've come out of a commitment recently, and you are wanting new experiences. You know, you're wanting new experiences. You might have come out of a relationship and you're wanting new experiences when it comes to romance, and you're sort of working out where to put your energy. So it'll be interesting to see. This is it. It'll be interesting to see, because this next card here is your love potential or love lesson for the month. Okay, so let's have a look at this. And we've got the Nine of Cups. Excellent. So we've got the wish fulfillment card, which is beautiful, which means that what you want, you can have. And this is what I mean. Look, that comes. Look, this is what I mean. People are scared at Tower. I'm like, no, mate, you don't need to be scared at Tower. Tower's good. Tower saves lives, literally. Saved my life. I'm not even joking. So don't be like scared at Tower, because look at that. Look at it. You can see the 3 cards here. We've got a change. We've got something, a sudden change in our circumstance, in our situation. Maybe a new relationship, for example, because that's where some of you definitely are headed. We've got a change coming, right? One that you've got to listen to your intuition to, but you're afraid, you're scared, you're traumatized because what happened to you last time, because of your past experiences, you're afraid. Number 9, remember, and number 9's a link to the Hermit energy, which is your energy, Virgo, and you know your sign is all about diligence, your sign is all about joining the dots, understanding, uncovering, finding out, looking at the details. That's your sign, so that's what you need to do. Why am I afraid of this new relationship? Or why am I afraid to be on my own for the first time? You know, why am I afraid? You know, why am I afraid of that? Is it because of is it because of where I'm at now, or is it because of where I've been in the past? Is it because my dad left my mum when I was younger, and so I never trusted anyone? I never trusted any man or any woman anywhere. This is what you need to start doing. The Tower brings this stuff out, and it shows you not only what you're afraid of, but it shows you also what it is you want. And it's saying, it looks like, what this is saying, because this is your love potential or love lesson, this is saying that you can have the wishes. The things that you want, you can have when it comes to love this month. You can have those things. And it might be a shock and it might be scary to finally get those things, but you can have them. But also with the Nine of Cups, there's the element of, you know, the wish, it's already there at the fingertips almost, you know. It's just about seizing it. It's just about getting up and seizing it, what you want, what it is you want to go for. And it may be that this Tower here actually brings through what it is, you know, brings through that action to actually move, to uncross those arms and to stand up and to turn around and to use those cups. This card is to clarify. I've just had this with Taurus as well. Some of you could be dealing with Tauruses actually, but obviously everyone's different. Anyway, this is the Seven of Cups. So this is again the confusion. It's like you don't even really need that card, to be honest, because it's the same as that. With that there, it's like, I'm afraid, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, I'm just surprised that this is happening, like, what should I want? Well, listen to your intuition, because you already know the answer to that question, babe. You already know the answer, Virgo. So why are you not listening to your intuition? When you're confused with the sevens, like the number 7 is on the tree of life, is endurance. And endurance is about facing something and continue to face something until you can overcome it. So facing up to, in this instance, because it's cups energy, emotions, difficult, deep-seated, long-held emotions. It is Pisces season, and Mercury is going retrograde in Pisces this season. So we know that anything beneath the surface, any murky emotions that you've not thought about, that you've not wanted to engage with, that you've not wanted to address, that's all coming up to the surface this month, babe. You just have to go with it, because going with it, this is what you get. You actually break through the confusion. And some of you are headed toward this. But how do you break through the confusion? You listen to your intuition. You don't listen to, this is it, people tell you all sorts of stuff, you know, people give you advice, and I love my friends and I love my family, but no one knows what it's like to be you. No one. No one knows what it's like to be you. To have your heart, to have your soul, to have your mind, to go to sleep at night and those last thoughts that go around in your head, when you're driving to work and those thoughts going around in your head. No one knows what that's like. So why are we going to go outside of ourselves and listen to what everyone else is saying, and to look at everybody else in society and saying, well, you know, she's 35 and she's got a kid, so I need to do the same. You know, time's ticking, time's... Whatever, babe. Listen to yourself. Number sevens are about that. Or that's what number sevens are about. They're about revealing our authentic selves to ourselves, going through challenges and circumstances that we endure and that we overcome and that show us who we are for real. We should be able to admit to ourselves, I'm afraid. We should be able to admit to ourselves, I'm scared. We should be able to admit to ourselves, I'm vulnerable. I'm weak. I feel so stupid how I handled that. I feel so stupid that I let myself be treated that way. We should be able to admit that to ourselves at least. So this is saying now, yeah, there might be confusion in what you do want or in going after the thing that you want, because it comes in, it's a shock. It comes in quick. This change in your relationship status or this change in your romantic life comes in quick and you're afraid. But it's what you want. You just are afraid to reach out for it and you're confused. But the confusion is because you're not listening to your intuition. You're only listening to the external part of yourself. You're looking at everybody else and saying, let me look at what they did. Let me look at what they've done. Let me look at where they're at. And then that will help me decide what I should do. No, it shouldn't. Why are you looking out? Why are you doing that? Look at you. Listen to you. Listen to you. Listen to your heart. Listen to your soul. Listen to yourself. That will help you to make a decision. Listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, listening to your truth. That will help you to make a decision, okay? Okay. Next one is your challenge, okay? So the potential challenge. If this is the stories I'm going to be... Oh, this is what I just said. So what you need to do after this video, Virgo, this is what you need to do. I'm going to give you some very clear instructions. You need to go to my Key Wisdom playlist and you need to watch the video about the number sevens. Or if you do not want to do that, you need to go onto my Instagram, Key Wisdom Tarot, or my Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot, and you need to read the post about the number sevens, because it explains very clearly that number sevens are about what I've just said that number sevens are about. They're about our authenticity, about enduring circumstances and situations that show us who we are. This Tower moment, if this Tower moment didn't hit, you maybe wouldn't have realised. I didn't realise that the reason I've been single for so long is because I'm actually afraid, or is because I actually don't trust anybody, or because I've actually got anxiety. I didn't realise that was the reason until I met him, or until I met her, or until I've ran into that person, for example. That's a Tower. So what do I do? What do I want? Those Tower moments, these energies, these number nines, these number sevens, they're showing you who you are. They're showing you where you are. They're showing you what you want. They're showing you your soul. So listen. Don't ignore it, because this is the month, as I said. Look at it. Look at the astrology for this month. I mean, we've had nothing since 20th of Feb, and then look at it. Yeah? So, again, you can find this on my Instagram or Facebook if you want to look at this again. But look, there's nothing going on. Then suddenly we've got Venus, Mercury, Uranus transformation, Pisces deep emotion. You know, it's heavy stuff this month. So stuff's coming out. This is like standing up, being authentic and being true. Yeah, I hear what you say in society. I know I'm 35, you know, babe, but I need to stick to my guns here. Or, you know, yeah, I think, you know, this is about sticking to your guns. This is about using your intuition and listening to it and acting on it. And knowing that that's the source of the wisdom for you for now. For seeing the way through our emotions. The only way to see your way through your emotions is your intuition. Because 1 + 1 = 3. You need to go onto my Key Wisdom playlist and you need to watch the video about mantras, because it explains about karma. You need to watch these videos because they explain to you. And what you're going through at the moment is clearly, for some of you, like an awakening. You're going through a moment of awakening, like you've not been engaging, you've not been engaging fully in your life, in your experiences, in your relationships. You've not realised that. And suddenly you realise it. And stuff's got to, pardon my French, but shit's got to change, and you know it. And you're ready for that. You are ready for that change as well. You're ready for it. If you're sick of always doing dishes because she won't or because he won't, it's time to do something about it. And if that means that you hide all the dishes in the garage, and then you have that conversation with your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and it goes on for 7 hours, and in that conversation you get everything out. And you tell them the reason, you know what, I didn't say anything to you and I'm doing my head in about it is because, you know, I just was scared, you know, because all my other relationships have ended because I've been called this or I've been called that. So I just didn't want that to, whatever. That could be the tower moment. That could be the breakthrough moment. So now you're about to engage. So I'm looking forward to it for you, babe, because in March, you're going to be fully engaging with your emotions and in your romantic situation, how you're really, truly feeling about it. And you've got to stay the course and you've got to listen to your intuition, because that's the only way that we get the full experience of this transformation. Uranus enters Taurus on the 6th. This transformation is coming through for you. This is the advice, how to achieve balance. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. That's what you need to do. You need to be vulnerable to yourself, with yourself. This is like Pisces, this energy. It's like Pisces. It's Pisces season, as you know. I'm going to do the Pisces post, the moon card this week, if I get a chance, if not next week, because I'm just exhausted. But you can see the moon card post that I'll do. It'll be on my Instagram. You know, this is Pisces card. This is emotion. This is vulnerable emotion. This is inner child stuff. This is stuff we've not looked at for a long time. This is stuff that we keep hidden from even ourselves. This is stuff we stop ourselves from even admitting to ourselves and from thinking. Sometimes this is what this Page of Cups energy is. So this is about being vulnerable with yourself. You know, in a way, forget being vulnerable with anybody else. It's about you knowing where you're at. It's about you understanding who you are and how you're feeling and what you want and what you need. And if you've got to share that with somebody, you're willing to. This is masculine. Yeah, he's not, you know, he's not grown up and he's not got, you know, but he's still wanting to take action. He's still wanting to change his life. He's still wanting to do things differently because he now understands what's in his heart, what's in his soul, what he feels. The page takes action. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be acting on this new information that you get, this new clarity that comes through. So really, Virgo, the biggest message I can give for you guys this month is to listen to your intuition and allow that intuition to guide you to make the choices and to behave authentically in your romantic situation, in your romantic life. And it might be that to do that, to behave authentically for you, is extremely scary. But let me just let you into a little secret. To behave authentically is the same for every single person on the planet. If it was easy to be yourself, everyone would do it. If it was easy to be vulnerable, everyone would do it. We have to gain the strength. Our souls, our inner childs have to gain the strength to come out to the world and say, I'm afraid, I'm hurt, I'm sad, I'm worried, I'm anxious. We have to gain that strength, and that can take time. But for some of you, it seems like you don't know you've even got the strength enough to say that. And something's going to happen. A tower moment's going to hit at the beginning of the month. And that moment is going to make you realise the strength that you have. Okay, so Virgo, I hope you like that reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up, my darlings. Feel free to share this video on your social media, on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, if you think it will help or resonate with any of your friends or family. And leave me your comments, okay? I read every single comment and reply to pretty much every single comment as well, if necessary, obviously. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the little icon. Obviously, it's free, and you get notifications of new uploads. I'll be uploading a very short reading for each of the signs next week, very short, about 10-minute readings. And then the following week will be your more in-depth bi-weeklies. You can also follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. And don't forget to read the astrology below. And the bi-weekly general readings up to the 5th of March are still available on my channel. Thank you so much for being here, my fabulous Virgos. I hope you have a wonderful March, my darlings. And I'll see you all again very soon with your next readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.